fastest show in sports.
Social media has that hook onto people where they believe anything, no matter how insipidly stupid it is. They will believe it and fall for it. And I wanted to show you both this. I picked this off of Facebook this morning. This is from a site called, or a panel called Florida Panthers Fan Group. And it has pictures of some of the young ladies, some of the little girls who died in the recent Camp Mystic floods. And the story here is that Brad Marchand showed up at a house, gave them millions of dollars, donated to them, helped them, didn't ask for any media, didn't ask for any ballyhoo whatsoever. It's a lie. It's all false. He didn't do any of this. And I've seen a number of these where one says that Brad Marchand gave up his season's winnings. He gave up the money he won in the Stanley Cup. He gave $15 million.
It's the same thing that he gave up. He gave up his bonus, which there isn't one, of like $14 million to build homes for the homeless.
Right.
Which is completely
and then
funny.
next week it'll be Jalen Brunson. It's all either AI or it's somebody who's emotionally manipulating you, trying to get clicks. But you're right, we're in such a backward world. You and I can recognize that. We can recognize that, but there's a lot of people who aren't as sophisticated, and they see it and they believe it, and it's where we are in society. It's sadly enough, it's I mean, what I don't know if I told you, but I remember the guy who was Borat, Sacha Baron Cohen. He shows up he gets this ADL award several years ago, big award from maybe it was the Jewish Defense League. I can't remember. Yeah, and he comes up to the microphone and he goes, "This is the first time I'm going to be a character I've never been, Sacha Baron Cohen." And he basically goes into a 17, 18-minute speech, and it was brilliant. He didn't even look at a teleprompter or anything, about how we live in an age where the biggest companies in the world, the trillion-dollar companies, are all tech companies. They're all Silicon Valley, and the responsibility of those companies and at one point we debated issues like gun control and abortion and capital punishment, all these things, and there was an agree to disagree, even though it could get nasty. But now there's an alternative set of facts universe, and now that the alternative facts are out there, it doesn't matter anymore. And that the Facebook and Meta and Twitter and Google embrace this stuff because it helps keep their bottom line going, and their advertisements going, that they're responsible for a lot of the discourse and the disinformation. And it was brilliant. The whole thing was brilliant. But I was like, the whole time I was thinking, oh my God, that's the world we live in. Is truth isn't truth anymore.
It's what we're fighting, because, as I pointed out, and I go back to that Brad Marchand post, there were all kinds of posts in there. What a wonderful guy. What a nice guy. What a brilliant human being. Thank you so much for doing this. I wrote on it, I said, when are you people going to stop being suckers? Because all you have to do is get on Google. You Google Brad Marchand, Texas, floods, and you hit go. You hit return. And the top 3 stories for this were all from Facebook. Nothing from a legitimate source, nothing from a legacy source, nothing from anybody that had any kind of affirmation whatsoever on it. It's a lie. And that's what we're fighting half the time, because people will come up. I've had people come up to me before and say, "Why don't you cover such and such a story on the show?" I said, because it's not true. It's a social media nonsense story.
A good friend of mine reposted the false Mookie Betts story on her Facebook page. And I left a comment saying, this is not true. He had made a smaller donation a few days prior to some local group, which was lovely. But this particular story was saying he gave $14 million for the homeless. And that just was not true. She just put it up on her Facebook page, and she's an educated, she's a lawyer. She's and if it can fool somebody with her level of education and sophistication and intelligence, you can understand how it fools other people.
I wish somebody would make up a post about me being generous. It could really do a lot for me.
I'll do that for you.
And also, but you know what? There are some good. I always say the worst thing about the internet is everybody has a platform, And the best thing about it is sometimes everybody has a platform.
It's a platform.
The fact that Elmo's account got hacked on Twitter last
I saw
night.
that.
Oh my,
God.
that is just tremendous. If you are a
That's
computer
yeah.
hacker out there and you have the ability to do something like that, that's brilliant. I mean, it was anti-Semitic and he had some swear words and it was over the top. But oh my God, it was like Jon Stewart did a bit on it last night on Comedy Central. It was beyond funny.
And the first time I heard about that was when I was flipping through social media, and there was a post from somebody I know who wrote it. Wow, did you hear what Elmo said? What's happening at Sesame Street? With a question mark, and then had the video up. He fell for it completely. I actually instant messaged him back. I said, "Where'd you go? Oh, didn't you hear about this?" I said, "It's not true." He comes back, "Really?"
That's all, folks.